last speech, I'm not sure if you remember, but I mentioned that I have anxiety issues. We all have anxieties. It's not to the point that I have to seek medical help, so don't worry about that. I think just my level is a little bit higher than most of you. I think it might be in my head. I don't know. So it's manageable. So I do 3 things to manage this problem I'm dealing with. One is yoga. We all, I think a lot of us do yoga, and I'm very happy to see there are so many yoga studios popping up in this neighborhood and everywhere. Second thing I do is painting. This is something new for me. I'm not a painter. I got, I think, B+, A- in school, so not too bad. And I have a design background, so I did some color study. But it doesn't matter what you know or what you don't know. All you need is canvas frame, 3 brushes, thin, medium, and thick, and set of acrylic paints. And it was total accident that I started painting. I just got bored one day, or maybe I paint something, and I had no idea what I was going to discover. And I started with a probably 5x5 canvas frame. And in the process, what I discovered was shocking. Because I tried to meditate before, and I couldn't get into it, and I had a hard time doing it. But when you're painting, it's all about you and the canvas, and the process is very interesting because you are mixing the colors and you have no idea what the color you're gonna get. I mean, you have the basic idea, but not exactly. And if you screw it up, you can do it over. And then the layers and layers, it creates actually, the effect is more interesting. So after I finished my first piece of painting, I was so happy. Oh my God, why didn't I start this before? I wonder if people know about this. It's not about being an artist, as I said. It's about the process. When we say it's about the journey, not the destination, totally this is the case. So I highly recommend all of you, if you haven't tried it before, try painting, because it's so much fun and you can forget about everything, and it's fascinating, and at least in my case. The third thing I do is playing tennis. The fact that I play tennis is pretty shocking to me, because I was born unathletic. I can barely ride a bicycle. If I throw a ball, it falls within, 5 to 8 feet away from me. And I used to ride a scooter from 1983 to 88. And I had about, 10 accidents in the first 2 months. So every time when I think about those accidents, it's amazing that I'm still alive today. I ran into a taxi cab door. I tried to park on the sidewalk, and then I almost ran into the brick wall. And I think I ran into a storefront window at one point. And so many fallings from during the rainy day, having from the slippery road. So the fact that I can play the sports is still to this day I'm very impressed with myself. And it's not like I didn't play tennis before. Actually, I studied 20 years ago. I took like 5 classes, and I remember my last class, the last day I played 20 years ago. The ball was coming at me, and I remember the feeling. I was very afraid. I was very afraid of the ball coming at me because I felt like ball was gonna hit me and I was gonna hurt myself. So that was my last day playing tennis 20 years ago. Then 20 years later, I was having a dinner in Miami with a friend of mine. I didn't know she was a tennis player. So I was asking Anne-Marie, hey Anne-Marie, what do you do for fun during the weekends? And she says, oh, I play tennis at the Flamingo Park. They have a tennis clinic Tuesday and Thursdays. Why don't you come and play? So I said, okay. That sounds like fun. And you know, as we get older, we need to exercise and do something fun. So maybe I'll start again. So I did go and I tried it. I didn't fall in love right away. I think it was, it took, I think, a couple of months, and I started taking lessons and classes. And I saw myself improving. That's when I fell in love with it. And I can't wait to go to tennis court, hit the ball, and hearing the ball hitting the racket, it's just something about that sound that just makes me feel really good. Definitely it's an accidental discovery, but not in generally not being I consider myself not being a passionate person because, for example, my husband, on the contrary, I think he's a passionate person. When he does something, he does it with 200% his energy and love and everything he has. And he used to be a collector. I mean, he still is, but when I met him, he was collecting antique toy cars. So we used to go to antique stores, buying all those toy cars. And at that time, I was thinking the act of collecting something is just not, to me, it's not very meaningful because you like something and you buy one, then you buy another one. You just keep buying and buying, and then, well, I have all this, then what? And because I'm very frugal, I'm too frugal and too practical and too logical to be a collector. So I tried one time, but I thought it was just too expensive and I gave it up. But anyway, what I want to tell you is if you tried something in the past and it didn't work out, is something that you've been wanting to try, don't be afraid or don't hesitate to try it again, because life is more fun when you're doing something you love, and my life is so much more fun after tennis than before. Thank you.